Jamming IP is still up. We have about 6 of these left in stock for those of you that want to grab one. I'll leave a link down below. Now let's pass on over to Market Watch, shall we? Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. The Starlights are up for pre-sale right now on TCG Player, and I was kind of curious to see what we would be expecting here. Well, the Blackwing Armor Master, a little bit underneath the $300 mark. I mean, once again, if you enjoy Edison format, some of these older formats, and you want to, drop the daddy of bling on the table in the form of your Armor Master, you're looking at $294 to do so. The Exodia, the Forbidden one, $400 for the head, which, I mean, once again, I expect the head to be the most valuable part. At least, I guess the true master of Exodia will get one of each rarity for the piece. God, imagine that. The right leg's going to cost you about $300. Yadagarasu's coming in about the $300 mark. Honestly, that's not awful. Left leg coming in about $300. Your right leg coming in about $300, and $300 for the other leg. And then we have Super Poly down here at $490. So the Poly being $500 is kind of interesting. I think that feels very expensive for some reason, give or take. I don't know, man. Like, hopefully we will see this calm down a little bit. $1,500 for a playset of Super Polys. You have the Ultis running around. You can make an argument that the Ulti does look better, at least in my personal opinion. There's that. We don't have Access Code Talker on here yet for some reason. I don't know why. But Exodia is, you're looking at, what, 400, 700, 1,000, 13, 16, $1,500 to finish, give or take, an Exodia set just to have for collection pieces, which, I mean, isn't awful considering, but I think a majority of these, I think the Exodia pieces will drop down in value. You will see people that, hopefully, you can pull multiples. Be really weird. You just open up a pack, you're like, oh, this is great, and then you pulled the right arm of the Forbidden one, and you're like, eee, screech, Alright, so yeah, that's your look at your Starlight market. Cauldron of the Old Man. This thing, I feel like I've been in a time capsule here. There was a time where this card was nothing, and then it hit $1, and then it hit, supposedly, $2 after shipping. Yeah. You were looking at basically $2 a copy for Cauldron of the Old Man at this point, post-shipping. So, I guess it makes sense because the fact that, like, this is the card that, you play with the burn decks. It's the one that gains the life points. It's the one that makes sure that you don't, lose the game. And then as the turns ramp up, you burn your opponent out while hiding behind the Mystic Mine. Yeah, is it good? I mean, yeah, but I expect this card should see a super upgrade at some point, you would think, right? Volcanic Scattershot. What do you want me to tell you about this? A few people were confused as why Scattershot's even seeing play right now. It's because of time rules. Alright, if you're looking through some of those deck profiles of the YCS and you're like, Scattershot is a one of, like, well, what's going on here? Like, it's because of time rules, alright? Typically, people bring in one of the burn cards as a chance to end the game because it's in the current phase. Something like Volcanic Scattershot goes down, oh, burn your opponent for 500. Oh, life point difference. I win? Yay! But yeah, you're looking at 4. And then the Force of the Breaker version, same thing, like, both copies across the board, looking at $4. At least Pain 96 is happy the Volcanics are seeing competitive viability right now, right? I know the Supreme Magical Being, the purpose of this was to do shenanigans with it through the Albaz stuff. Needs a reprint, still $47 for no real reason. Raw's Disciple does this but better and way cheaper at the end of the day, which I'm gonna be honest with you is really what you care about, cheap affordability. Why put this in my Albaz deck for $46 when I can play discount Raw's Disciple and do the same thing much cheaper? So yeah, we're definitely seeing a cooldown on, at least hopefully a cooldown on that. Astral Karibo. So these only continue to go up. You play this with Crooked Cook, right? Like, this is the whole reason that you do this, because it cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. Yeah, so you basically slap this bad boy onto your Crooked Cook, and then start watching it run around. All right, like basically, it's the same thing, especially in this format where there's not like an out to Crooked Cook. Like nobody's playing, kaijus right now. They're just playing sphere modes, if that. Cards that mass answer huge boards. Because that's what you have to do, because the power scaling is so high. Well, evidently, something like this right now is what we're seeing run around right now. And, yeah, I honestly am not surprised. So, Crooked Cook Turbo, baby. Still $9. All right, the end of Anubis. There's so many people hyping this card up. All right, and you can tell in your prices back here. $30 for a turbo pack rare. Ultras from DR2 don't exist. The Lost Millennium copies of this. All the effects of spell trap card and monster effects of target cards in the graveyard or that activate in the graveyard negated. Alright. I'm seeing $20 plus, $27 here for these. Alright, they're continuing on with their rampage of value. Your Secret Rare's only got 17 listings on the market right now. Alright, Light Place, $81, $90 here. Like, for the most part, I'm going to say it. Up, and away! At least it's on a level 6, right? So you can just hard tribute it. And you can technically Monster Reborn it. Ulti Dwellers, huh. You figured that this would do like a quick turnaround and go right back up, because this is the card that's supposed to bully the current meta. Well, no, you're still sitting about $70-ish. Surprisingly, your trends on the Ulti Dwellers aren't going too crazy. Yeah, plenty of people that you can buy from at this point, so that's good news. If you wanted an Ulti Dweller, they're much cheaper than they were in the past. I think that's a good thing. Dimension Shifter. So many of these on the market. I actually like this. This is a good... Actually, how does the Crystal Beast Structure Deck one have the cheapest copies on them? To be honest with you, I'd rather just go buy Hollows at this point. If I saw this price tag versus this price tag, it's been the extra couple of dollars just to get some shiny ones. But only 48 listings on the commons. That's interesting. Ultra's at 238, and the Gold Sarcophagus 2019 versions at $5. Kind of interesting when you get down to it, just seeing the differences in prices there. Salon, I covered this earlier in the week. I see that we have somebody that just listed one up for $14 just to get rid of it. $20-ish for all of the rest of the copies of this. No clue when this is going to get a reprint. I would say probably in the next year or so, but for now, if you're a Madolche player, you have one of the best cards available to you. Ulti Test Tigers. Now this is a little bit ridiculous. There's been like no change in this. The last heavy play sold for $80 on 8/17. This is oh man, 125, 125, 125 for mod play. You're at 4 pages of these, and nobody's like, I kind of want to sell these. 150 for light play, 185 for first ed light play. This card has just been stagnant. Nobody wants to pick them up. Card has had no sales in the last 3 months, so I guess that's kind of interesting to note. Absolute Zero. I just want to point out that your Battles of Revenge Supers are $8. Your Super Rares, basically, you have the one cheap listing, but they're basically $6. Alright, so I don't even want to talk about that one. Yeah, it's $6. All of your Absolute Zeros have some sort of value going for them, which at the end of the day is kind of interesting. Light play $40 for this thing. Yikes. These manga promos are so hard to get in your mint in this era, because they were stuck in the book or something like that. Interesting. Lucent with the Dark World Structure Deck coming. Reprint this, please. They're $9 still for the Super. Interesting. Thunder Dragon Roars. Man, these are really gained some value here. These are $8 again. Looks like your Ultra is $3-4. Looks actually $6. Yeah, the Secrets and the Ultras are pretty close in value right now. That's kind of interesting to note. Afterburners, $15, $7. And then we're looking at about $8 still for the Supers. Yeah, the Supers reprice pointed, but not really much of a change on these. Interesting. And then regular Sky Striker stuff, still $300, $304 for Rose. Ulti Kagaris, still in the up in the way here. $180, yeah. I'm glad to see these are back underneath $200, to be honest with you, but Razor, $88. $82. We already looked at afterburners. Widow anchors. What are these, like 12 to 13s now? These have gone down for the reprint. It looks like Striker stuff kind of repricing relatively well, in my opinion. Secret Shizu's at 7s. Engage is $4 to $5 for the original, or for some of those. Well, they're really selling the packs of sleeves. $5, huh? I guess. Gonna make up for the shipping costs on those, right? Well, that's today's market. What do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.